Okay, YouTubers, this will be the fourth video. I'll show you my cab spoiler. I did some fitting yesterday. This is the frame inside. This will be the driver's side. This is the frame holding the sheet metal piece on the inside. And, well, okay, let me just start here. I'm showing you some of the fit in it, and I was saying it was going to be 19. I ended up at 15 and 5.5 on the inside, and there'd be an inch break right there, which is the 90, and then that's a 1/2 inch all down that side right there. This is the side along the cab. This is along the back of the bed. The problem I was having yesterday, I made these a little bit longer right here, so I knew I could trim it up. It was, this piece is actually kind of tweaked a little bit. Now I got it spot welded right there and right there. And what I have to do is right through here, you can see there's a line, I marked 2-inch line. That way both this piece and the middle piece will match up, and I'll have straight lines on the edges right there. And I had to hold it, drill it, and put 2 screws. I'm just holding it in together for now. I have these machine screws which have round heads, which I'll use. It'll look a lot better in there. 1/4 and I'll put the lock nuts on them, and I'll paint them after I'm done, and that'll make the heads kind of disappear. And I don't have a screw there. I have one right here. I come up with a neat idea for the design that's going to be, or the screw that's going to hold on underneath the cap of the bed. This, you can see how these are carriage bolts that are right there, and you just put them in like a hole like that and drive these heads down in there. If you look closely, there is a square piece, and it mashes into that that hole right there, and it stays put. And so that way I'm going to put a lock nut down on it, then I'm going to drill a hole through it and put a cotter pin through it. But it's because these are underneath the cap and I don't need them to turn, and this will fit underneath this. This will be underneath the cap. I'm going to have a rubber cushion piece in between here. I'll put the lock nut, drill a hole through it, and tab it down. I may take a Dremel tool and cut that screw off, you know, wherever I need it to make it as short as I need it. And I'm going to try to go with as few as bolts. I'm not, right now I got a good amount of space, and between that and that, I don't want to pull it down to it. I put 2 screws up here, drilled 2 places to kind of help pull that in line. Originally I was going to put just 1, but because this was tweaked to that one, I had to do that. And you can see I have the frame right there, one piece right there. That'll be the middle piece right there, and the other bottom piece. I've squirted them down with stuff that converts rust into a primer, and that's why it's got that funny look on it right now. I'm letting them dry. The other 2 pieces are right here that I fabbed up in class the other day ago. This will be the middle piece. You see there's a 1-inch break there, 1/2 inch break there, 5.5 on the inside. The 2 breaks make it nice and sturdy. This is what the other pieces look like. Got a nice angle to it. The top's bent. I bent most of these angles in a electric press brake, and then I welded these corners up right here. This was a booger to do, but it was a learning experience. Get that out of the way. Kind of give you a back look on that. Temperature dropped. It's colder than crap out here, and you can hear the wind blowing outside, and hear my that's my rain gutters that has been knocked off by some falling limbs flopping around in the weather. But I got some fabbing to do. I need to degrease these. There's a special primer that you use on galvanized metal. I'm going to try to degrease them, sand it down some, kind of smooth it up, hit it with that, crap, I left the can inside the house. That's one of my tricks too, is I leave my paint cans in the house to stabilize temperature. So if they stay out here in the shop, they'll freeze up, de-thaw, and then they'll turn to crap. And try to buy the fresh stuff too. Anyhow, it was a special coating or special style of primer for the galvanized stuff. And I went to my local hardware store, Jaeger's, which is an Ace hardware store, and got a enamel epoxy, which is supposed to be real good and real strong for outdoor use. And I'm going to paint them black and all. So that's what this is going to kind of look like. I'm fabbing these up to the frame right now, and that's where I'm at on these. And I come up with that idea on that. I'll get my paper that I drew up the design on this and give y'all some specifications. You know, from here to here is 15 inches. It's 2 inches right here. It's a 1/2 inch break right there. 1 inch break right here. This ended up being the sheet metal piece from here to here was 20 inches. This is 5.5 on the inside right here. It needs to be 6 inches there, but I made it a few more inches too because I knew I needed to do that trimming right there. And then I spot welded in these areas. And I used I bent this piece right here first, and then I put these in the electric press brake, which was kind of a booger. Ended up having to take these edges with the pliers and kind of bend them out because they would bend funny. And one of the things that would do when they would hit is you see it tear, and that tear, that's what would happen. I try to keep from moving these around a lot. You can see there's a kind of a dent right there. I mean, flopping these around and moving them around, you can get dents and stuff in them. And you can see that's what that round head screw will look like. I'll probably have to drill another hole second to that one, and I'll just use a small screw put in its place. And then have another one over there. But like I said, I'll paint these black and it'll all blend in. Right here, this is a 19-degree angle from 0. And that'll be a flat one right there. These screws will be gone. I'll use the round heads on them also. But that's where I'm at so far. Just I got a lot more work to do. Also, you can see I kind of take a little bit of an edge, get these edges up a little bit. It's where they're not flat, can touch down and hit anything. These edges I'll leave at a 90 up there and right there. Probably end up taking a grinder to dress them to get them to fit right. On this mount right too, I'm going to use washers to straighten it up with that other piece. I can use them as shims to line that up. Another trick right there. But that's where we're at, and anyhow, this is where we're at. And so you guys have a good one, and keep tuned. I'll have this done before you know it.